Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. So, if you're new or returning and you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell, join the family. While you're at it, thumbs up this video, and let's get right into it. Now, as you guys know, Ye has been saying a lot about a lot of celebrities, and a lot of it may not make sense to many of us. However, Miss Sheraseven, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, she is basically decoding a lot of what Ye has posted and explaining that what Ye is actually doing is exposing the occult practices of the industry. Now, there's one thing Shera said that I've always said in this, and that is because of where Ye is at with his mental health, he's not able to, put his thoughts together and to make it seamless in his delivery. And as such, there's some hiccups in his delivery. Or it could also be intentional for him to put things out there for people to read between the lines. But because Sheraseven understands the occult practices, she knows how to dissect Ye's statement. And she's basically letting us know that Ye is trolling these celebrities and their occult practices because he has never gone into the depths like the other celebrities, like he hasn't done any sacrifices or anything of that nature. Now, let's take a look at this clip together, shall we? And then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more.
Most of the rappers and people in the entertainment industry have been to a Diddy party. All right. And most of the people that Ye has issues with have been to the Diddy party. Most of the people that were handled and told to go against Ye or, to not deal with him because of, record deals and stuff, they've been Diddied by Diddy. So all these rappers that are looking at Ye, they like Ye, they like his music and stuff like that, but they can't say nothing because they're under contract and they're handled and they'll lose endorsements and their families will lose endorsements and all this kind of stuff, right? So they can't say nothing, but they've been Diddied. So when they look at Ye and they see this Sean John shirt, that's triggering to them. It's bringing back memories. You know what I'm saying? It's mentalism on the highest level. So when these rappers look at him in that t-shirt, they get anxiety. When they see that, it's like a trigger. So he's wearing it to trigger all these other musicians, all these other rappers that have done him dirty and gone against him. He's wearing that as a trigger. So that's what he's doing. He's triggering people with his symbols, and he's tripling and doubling up on all the symbols, if you know what I mean, to trigger others. Because his name is Ye, he wants people to see how he feels. He's a mirror. He's literally a walking mirror at this time of how people are treating other people, how people have been treating, how it feels to be triggered everywhere you look, how it feels to be a victim, and da da da. So that's what he's literally doing. And a lot of people don't understand this. They're just saying, oh, he's gone crazy. No, he's just a very adept student of the occult, and he knows how to use mentalism. That's why he's a billionaire. Okay, it's not a coincidence. And okay, I don't know if y'all watched that interview where he had the black outfit on. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing that interview and he was talking trash about everybody. I don't know if y'all saw that, but he called out a lot of people. And when he speaks, a lot of stuff may not make sense, but if you read between the lines and break it down, you understand. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm not trying to talk about this person because it's already been said. It's out there in the public, knowledge. Ye already said it. So when he talked about John Legend, that was straight up occult information right there. If y'all could decode it, he talked about how John Legend wearing sweaters in the summertime in Barbados. So we're not going to get into that pretty much, but then he snuck in this little tidbit when he was saying, they say he smelled like mashed potatoes. Okay. Now, what the heck, Kanye? Oh, he's crazy. Now, what is a potato? Let's break it down. It's a root vegetable. What's a root? A root chakra. Mashed. What is mashed? A mashed chakra, a mashed root. Where's the root? The rooter. I know y'all breaking it down. What is the mashed root chakra? Y'all right? Y'all can put it in there. You say, "Oh," I'll break down the other stuff on another video. But when he starts talking about him, I mean, he just a little sneakily snuck that in about he smells like mashed potatoes. And he continued to use a lot of triggering vocabulary and words. You know what I mean? Okay, the root chakra, root vegetable is a potato. A potato is a root vegetable. And when it's, okay, so think about the root chakra. Think about the root and it's being smashed or mashed. So he was calling him out. You know what I'm saying? And he called a lot of people out on that in a certain types of way. And he was triggering people left and right because he's trying to awaken those people to show them, look what everyone has done to y'all, or y'all could easily be this triggered just by me saying certain things, just by me wearing certain things. Look what they've done to you. You have PTSD now. So he's trying to show them, he's trying to show all these people that they're victims. And that they're not free. Even if they're living their life, they still aren't free like he's free. That's what he's trying to show them. And he doesn't care. He's going to trigger whoever he needs to trigger to get them to understand it. You see? So he's using the occult, the symbolisms that come with it. He's using mentalism and transmutation when he's doing these things. And he understands it and he knows it. Now, sometimes, like I said, if you are a student of the occult, it comes naturally to you and almost automatic sometimes if you've been doing it a while. If he's triggered, then they gonna be triggered. That's what he's telling y'all. That's why he changed his name to Ye, because Ye means you. So if he's being triggered, y'all finna be triggered, basically. He's gonna use everything he knows to trigger people right back and upset people and get them uncomfortable as well. So, and being an unpredictable person that is easily triggered, you don't know what's coming next, which is, surprising at the same time. And it still is a way for him to promote, this is the transmutation. It still is a way for him to promote his album, his new songs and everything. I mean, if you're going to sit there and bully a bunch of people and then name your album Bully, okay, perfect advertisement. At the same time, you're triggering a bunch of people that, you are trying to trigger, and you're getting your message across in advertising without spending that much money at all. Okay, so he's doing everything in one fell swoop. Depending on, whether people like him or not, it doesn't matter. Like I said, in alchemy and mentalism, good and bad, liking someone and not liking someone doesn't matter at all. It's the amount of attention, it's the amount of energy, and it's the amount of triggering and mentalism that it has on a large group. It doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? So that's all he's doing. And if you understand it, you understand it. And you're like, okay, well, Kanye is just doing what he do. Okay. I don't think at all that people really look deep enough into the occult to understand what he's doing.
No, guys, I definitely believe what Sheraseven is saying, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle. I don't know if Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle is new to you guys, but honey, she drops a lot of gems over on her channel. Yes, she's right here on YouTube. She's joined TikTok. She blew up, maybe 2-3 years ago for her Sprinkle Sprinkle effect, because the gems that she drops, they have been proven to be effective for a lot of women. She basically teaches women how to put themselves first when they meet a man and always demand the money up front, because the men are always making their demands up front. Let no man ask you what you bring to the table. So she does drop a lot of gems, a lot. Now, also, one thing I've learned about Shera, as I've said, she's a witch. She understands the occult practices. She has worked in mortuary, and she has shared a lot of knowledge on the internet. She has shared a wealth of knowledge about these celebrities and their operations. So I do believe that what she's saying is factual. And I think that if you even look at like that Drink Chance interview, because everything that let me not say everything, because a lot of what Ye has said is extremely repulsive and extremely unacceptable. A lot of what he has said also doesn't make sense. But in all of that, there are things that he has said that makes a lot of sense, and you can see what he's talking about. Some of it, did not make any sense to me personally until I came across this clip from Sheraseven, who did a deep dive explanation into a lot of what he said, especially with John Legend, smelling like a potato, and her explaining the roots, and her talking about how these celebrities are controlled, which we all know about for a fact. But when you look back at the Drink Champs interview, how Ye basically went off on Meek Mills and Diddy and spoke about the tape, Ye was one of the first people to tell us about those Diddy tapes long before the indictment, long before a Cassie Ventura lawsuit. And as such, we know that he knows a lot about a lot. But Sheraseven has basically made things easier. A lot of what Ye has said easier to understand. And that is why I say, when I heard that Diddy refused that plea deal, I was like, thank God, because we need all of these things to be out in the open, because as this goes on, and Diddy is not taking the plea deal, because they would hope if he takes the plea deal, just shut up and go away. But he's not doing that because he knows he's not alone, and that is what I'm saying. Ain't no way a black man in Hollywood could be committing such a string of crime, a series of crimes, and not have anyone else involved in it. Hollywood doesn't really like black people like that, no matter how they're perfect, no matter how well behaved they are. They always try to have something against them. And for Diddy to be accused of so much and no one else is involved, I've always said that it's not true. And I believe that as time passes, more and more people are finding the Sean Diddy Combs case to be extremely suspicious, that no one else has been brought into it so far. It's really not making any sense as the day passes. The more we hear about Diddy's case, the more it really does not make any sense that he's the only one who has been held accountable so far. So I believe Shera. I believe Ye is exposing all of it. I believe that Ye knows a lot. As I've always said, I believe he knows more than what he's willing to share. But my burning question is, him knowing all of that ish about Diddy, why is it that he's fighting Kim for his daughter to do a collab with Diddy? Is it that where his mental health comes in? Or is it that he's being threatened by Diddy to take these actions? And most recently, he was basically hiring skinheads for his listening party. And he basically said that he wants them with Diddy-like complexion. I knew that it was a hit back at the industry, but I could not understand in what capacity. But I believe that there's so much to be uncovered in the coming months. And I believe Sean Diddy Combs' trial, if he does step into that courtroom on May 5th, they're gonna reschedule the trial date. They're not gonna have a trial for him, as Philip Bella has said. And I 110% believe her. A lot will be hidden, covered, and they're gonna try to play mind games with a lot of us. But anywho, guys, I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for you. So if I see anything else coming up, I love to share information. I'll be more than happy to share that information with you guys and to see where you guys stand with the information that I'm sharing. Okay? So let me know what's your take. While you're at it, remember to thumbs up this video, share, do all you need to do to support your girl. Peace.